his journey from Brazil dumping ground to world's most expensive footballer, and how he's giving back. Without warning, the hundreds of children packed inside Neymar's Institute in Santos, Sao Paulo, Brazil, begin wildly screaming. It takes a moment to work out what exactly is going on before those lower down realize the main man has shown up. When Neymar comes home, the whole city changes. "Everyone's excited," said one local a day before. The Paris Saint-Germain forward can be seen through an open window on the third floor of his impressive facility, located in Jardim Gloria, Praia Grande, watching the football matches taking place below him. "Neymar, Neymar, Neymar," the children chant. The man with bright green sunglasses responds by waving. The kids cheer in delight. The 26-year-old was one of those kids once. He knows how hard it is to grow up in a poor district in Brazil. That's why he's giving back. Neymar was born in the city of Mogi das Cruzes, roughly 60 kilometers north of Sao Paulo. A car crash and a broken hip forced the father to give up his own football career, and the arrival of Neymar's sister, Rafaela, 4 years younger, meant the entire family had to move in with Neymar's grandparents in São Vicente, the Sao Paulo state next to Santos. With times tight, the family at one point were forced to share a mattress. The family needed more space and moved once again, to Jardim Gloria in Praia Grande, one of Sao Paulo's poorer states, a place that's been described by his father, Neymar Sr., as a dumping ground. And he meant that literally. "We used to live here when this neighborhood was not that developed," Neymar Sr. told the Institute. "It's a very low social quality neighborhood, and we even used to live here when there was still a dumping ground, where the entire city threw their garbage. That wasn't that long ago, around 2000, and we lived here until about 2008, before Neymar Jr. became a professional. We lived this society. We have lived the particularities this society deals with every day." Even though the Neymar Sr., who had become a laborer, a mechanic and a salesman, was far from wealthy, his son was still one of the richest kids in Jardim Gloria district. His house was built unlike the shacks some of his friends lived in, and his street was paved instead of being a dirt road. Neymar's talent was first identified when he was in São Vicente, at the age of 6, by Betino dos Santos. "The first time I saw Neymar playing was in 1998 during a beach soccer match in São Vicente," the Santos talent scout said. "I saw a 6-year-old boy running through the stands, and that caught my attention, foreseeing his ability, agility, and motor coordination, because any tumble he would face there it would have caused a fracture, an ugly one." But no, Neymar's first coach, took him to futsal, Brazil's version of indoor football, where he really stood out. "Of all the boys I dealt with, none of them had what Neymar has," Betino added. "He moves fast. That is the gena. That's something that someone like his biotype has, this facility to trick the opponent, to dribble, moving your own body. He has this thing. That's a Brazilian built-in, that's something that every Brazilian was born with." It didn't take long for these skills to get noticed by the top guns at Santos. And at the age of 12 Neymar had signed his first professional contract. 5 years of education and training, and Brazil's latest superstar made his debut for the Sao Paulo-based side at 17 years old. He even fended off interest from Real Madrid at 14. Then came a big chapter in his career, his first Brazil cap in 2010. Despite Pelé and Romário urging Dunga to take Neymar to the World Cup that year, as well as a 14,000-person petition, he subsequently missed out on a place in Brazil's squad. But he didn't have to wait long. Neymar made his debut in late July against the USA and scored after just 28 minutes. He hasn't looked back since. Back at club level, Neymar spent 4.5 seasons at Santos, growing his reputation as one of world's brightest footballers, and in 2013 he made his next step, moving to Barcelona for £71.5 million. At the Nou Camp, the Brazilian not only got to play alongside Lionel Messi but got his first taste of European glory, winning 2 La Liga titles and a Champions League. In 2015 he came third in the Ballon d'Or award, behind his Barca teammate and Cristiano Ronaldo. His reputation was growing and how he was regarded in Brazil was clear to see from the reception he received at the 2014 World Cup, hosted in his country of birth. And so it seemed destined that this incredible young man should go on to become the world's most expensive footballer. Paris Saint-Germain sent shockwaves around the world when they met his £199 million buyout clause last summer. But it felt like it was always meant to be for this boy that was once spotted playing on the beaches of Praia Grande. Neymar's never forgotten his roots, which is why he's giving back. After 4 years of construction and planning, Neymar opened the Instituto Projeto Neymar Jr. in 2014. Located in the heart of the favela the PSG star grew up in, the facility provides education, health evaluations and sport facilities to more than 2,400 children aged 7–14 in vulnerable social situations. It also now plays host to the annual World Finals of the Neymar Jr.'s 5, his own 5-a-side competition, sponsored by Red Bull. This year, Neymar's tournament hosted 62 different countries, giving the average ballpark player a chance of representing his or her country. On the final day of the tournament, Neymar himself shows up to watch the knockout stages and the final before playing the winners with a team made up of his pals. It's this day where hundreds of school children were invited to watch and catch a glimpse of their hero in the flesh. Neymar didn't hold back. He produced tricks, goals and even a rainbow flick to send the crowd roaring. Brazil's golden boy received a lot of criticism at the World Cup. Neymar was called out for play acting and overreacting, and he hit back in